So create opportunities for you to have more than enough for all your manifestations to come true. You want that big house, you want that stability, you want that garden in your backyard, you want to be able to travel, you want to be able to go out to eat. He'll make all those things happen, but it's about pursuing your passion. If you listen to pursue your passion, then all those other things will come into fruition because you're doing what you're meant to do. You're fulfilling your purpose. And I have my moments when I doubt, when I'm like, I'm saying this message to you and I feel powerful and I'm like, yes, it's true. And then I have moments where I'll hit a roadblock or I just am impatient that it's not coming in yet. But the only thing I can control and the only thing I can do in those moments is write it out. So if a poem comes out of frustration, then I write that poem on frustration. If it's something else, another message that he wants me to share, then that will come out. So I just keep doing my passion even when I have no idea what's going to happen. And this works with all areas of life. What I told you, the things that we usually ask for example, health. We feel like we're bloated, we feel acid reflux, we feel all these things that are disturbing our ability to function, our nervous system, our anxiety, our depression, all of these things we feel. And we want to change up our health so that it helps alleviate those symptoms. Then our intuition will tell us, hey, don't go for that bag of chips, buy the apples. Like your intuition will tell you, get fruit in your diet. Don't eat out tonight. After work, go to the grocery store and pick up stuff that you need for the week so that you can make some meals, so that you don't just are in a moment of, oh, I got off work too late, I'm tired, I'm just going to order something. Whereas if you have all the ingredients at home, then you'll be most likely to make it because it's there. And you don't want it to go to waste, so you're like, okay, I'm going to make a meal. Even if it's something quick, I'll just put something together. Like the way I was able to transform my health, I used to be a person that constantly ordered out because that's the type of food I wanted and I didn't know how to cook it, so I wasn't going to deal with it. And the reason why I changed my diet is because I moved to a new place where all the restaurants close in October, so you don't have a choice of eating out anymore. You have one restaurant and you don't want to eat the same thing from there all the time. So, and I'm on a budget, so I had to force myself to go to the grocery. So some things we think we're being punished for and we don't see the lesson within it, but there's a reason for it and we have to see the lesson within it. Like me being on a budget and not being able to just order out because that would be out of my budget, then I had to go to the grocery store and get the things that I wanted to eat and make and look up recipes and make things that I wanted to eat at the end of the day that was healthy. So I'd be getting mad and frustrated with the creator saying that, how am I not blessed with abundance when I've been doing this every day since June? I haven't missed a beat and I've been listening to your guidance on what I should be doing and shouldn't be doing. And then I look back at the lesson, I'm like, my health has only been good for the last 8 months. The creator wants to make sure that I'm disciplined and I'm not going back to my old lifestyle. And also my lack mindset, the fact that I don't fully believe that, is it really coming? I believe, but there's moments where I doubt. And I have to be fully in my faith and believing that, hey, I will get everything that I want. I deserve everything that I want. And also my nervous system. I went through a lot of hard stuff back in June and before that. And I needed to work on rebuilding myself, gaining the self-love and rebuilding my nervous system and getting a hold of my anxiety, being able to overcome my anxious thoughts so that I'm not constantly getting these triggers. So it's like there's still so many things I need to work on, and I have to look at it as a blessing that, okay, the creator put me in a budget, but I'm able to spend time with my kids and really be there for them as they grow up. Whereas if I was in this high demanding job, then I wouldn't be able to have that much time with them. So it's like all of these things we have to look at and be grateful for. And he did make one of my manifestations come true. He put me in paradise. I wanted to move to Spain 5 years ago, and even when I was 21, I was talking about Spain and the Spanish culture, and he made it come true. He allowed me to move to Spain, even though right now I see it as tough and difficult and, oh, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want? Because the security of being somewhere where I'm familiar with, whereas being thrown into a new language. So I can look at it for a few things that are difficult. I can look at it as like, oh, this is not for me, or I can choose to be patient and work on overcoming those challenges, learning the language so that I'm able to interact with people And because I feel alone and not really having a community, I'm like, oh, is this really where I want to build a life? However, I have to be patient and wait for those things to come, because right now I'm just building myself back up. Everything comes in timing. Like if I had gotten everything before 8 months ago, the divine counterpart, the community, the abundance, I would have probably ruined it because I wasn't in that headspace yet. And even though now I feel that I'm ready, maybe I'm not fully ready yet. Maybe there's a lot of things that have changed, but there's a few last things that I still need to tweak. And the Creator is building me up through ascension and through all of these things that I'm choosing to change about myself to make me ready for it. Or maybe that because He knows that I'm taking care of my kids alone without a lot of help, He doesn't want to put more pressure on me. So it's like all of these things you have to look at, like, why aren't things moving as rapidly as I would like them to do? Well, there's a lot of reasons why I could not be moving that. And we just have to keep working on ourselves and being patient so that the things happen in the order that it's supposed to happen, so that we feel light and peace and not this overwhelming pressure. Or maybe He just wants me to keep creating, perfecting my craft, and spending time with my kids. They're little now, and I'm not going to have this time forever where they're this age. They're going to get older. They're going to want to go to the movies with their friends. They're going to want to do all these things where they're not at home often. And it's like I'm not going to get this cherished time of teaching them and developing their values, because when they're young, they soak everything in like a sponge before the outside world influences. I kept going with that because I just want to show you there's a bunch of negative reasons that we can look at why this is happening, and there's a bunch of positive reasons. We can see the lesson, the growth, what He wants us to work on. It could be our health, it could be our creativity, it could be our relationship with our kids. Like, it could be all of these things that He wants us to focus on, but we're so fixated on, oh, the financial abundance is not there, and trying to have control over it. So again, as long as you're creating, the Creator will create opportunities for your manifestations to come true. All you have to do is just keep asking, keep praying and asking for all the things that you want. It might take 5, it might take 10 years to happen, but it will come true if you're working on your passions. That's how you create the seed for everything else to be possible. So just keep asking and He'll come knocking. Trust in you and He'll trust in you too. He'll give you the clues, but it's up to us to complete the puzzle. So, yeah, hope this helps.